All right, well, how are we doing? Well, family, wanted to share with you kind of an update on where we are in the kind of timeline of what it's going to look like to continue our in-person services. So thankful for all of you and the way that you have continued to be a part of the church as we have been in this kind of quarantine lockdown situation. As you know, churches have been deemed as essential services and have been asked to reopen. And we are excited for that open door, that we get to do so, but we get to do so with wisdom, and we get to do it as we process through what that looks like and what's best for not only our church community, you as individuals, but our community at large, because we have been called to be a blessing to our community, to be a solution to the problems in our community, not another problem. So we have a meeting with our, what we've now called kind of our executive team, which comprises of our church staff ministry team and our church council combined in our conversations regarding these things. So want to give you an update on that. We are also looking at the county and state's recommendations along with our denomination's recommendations. So we're going to be sharing a brief timeline with you and kind of sharing with you several of our goals and the ways that you can contribute and be a part of us doing this really well. Because we believe that it's important, we believe it's biblical to gather with one another, but to do so in such a way that does not cause harm to one another. So I want to share a couple things with you. A couple of our goals is that we want to resume in-person services safely and responsibly. We want to manage the tension of people's desire to gather again and safe practices. So we recognize that you want to gather. We want to clearly communicate our reopen plans. And that's what part of this is. We want to include input from our strategic leaders and you. And so we need your input a part of this. We want to promote healthy practices. And we have to enforce social distancing. And there are several things that we have to upgrade within our campus in order to not only take care of our in-service gatherings, but to also include our online campus. So a couple of those things that you're going to see in the graphic that we'll be posting out to you is that we need to continue our broadcast updates. We've created a new media room that's going to house all of our streaming equipment, but we have continued upgrades that we need to do, including additional cameras, and additional hardware in order to make sure that the online does not interfere with let me rephrase that they complement the online campus and the in-person complement one another in order for the advancement of the gospel through the well. So those are some huge financial investments that you can continue to participate with. Along with that is we're cleaning our campus, we're reorganizing our campus, and that we are upgrading, we are doing slight upgrades to our bathroom. Now, if we have an abundance of financial gifts, we can move forward with remodeling the bathrooms. But the biggest thing that we are going to focus on is getting touch-free environments. So that way we'll have doors propped open, we'll have sinks that you just have to wave your hand and they turn on. We're trying to get rid of the things that you have to touch in order to keep you clean and keep you feeling comfortable, and also the congregation at large. So if you want to participate with that through prayer or through continued giving, you are welcome to do that. It goes toward our For the One campaign. And so there is actually a drop-down option when you give online to do that. Or as you give, whether check or cash, you can write on our envelopes or on your check For the One. And that takes care of those two things that we are looking to continue our upgrade as far as our broadcasting and our bathrooms. The other things that we're doing through this process is we're identifying opportunity areas and training our serve team. So as I explain our timeline to move to reopen in-person gatherings, I'll kind of highlight those as we do that. But there are going to be several health requirements that we have to continue, including, but not limited to, wearing face masks and practicing social distancing. We do have our hand sanitation stations around the sanctuary, and we're going to be increasing those. And as we continue to move forward, we will not be having Kids Life until another designated time. Your children are welcome to join you in service, but recognize that we will be doing social distancing there. And so we will, as we configure the sanctuary, we'll be sharing pictures and videos throughout this time. But let me get to the timeline for you. Phase 1, which is to come to completion June 21st. That is, we're going to begin filming full live services. So full welcome, full worship bands. And this allows us to learn and to try different things in order for our broadcast, our online campus can still continue at the quality that we have brought you to expect with in-person gatherings. So that affects the way that we organize the sanctuary seating and again, our new media room. So we're going to be working on that this whole month of June. Our goal is to say, hey, we've done it. We know how to do it well by June 21st. The next thing is phase 2 is we're going to be in-person ready by July 5th. And at that time, we are going to be inviting our executive team to participate. Again, church staff and church council members. For the reason for that is so that they can get fresh eyes in here and see, hey, we need to fix this, we need to adjust this, this isn't working, that isn't working, so we can make strategic decisions to better serve you in our community. Then our goal at a limited capacity at a 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. service starting August 2nd is when we can begin to bring in-person gathering back here at the well. Now, we're very excited for that. And we also recognize that between now and August 2nd, that we may have different requirements from the county and state, whether they be more strict or less strict. So we're going to be watching all of those. And if there comes a time we feel like, man, maybe we can reopen a little earlier, we'll communicate that. At the same time, if we feel if it's safer, we need to push back a little bit, we will communicate that. Our heart is to not only honor God, but to serve you in such a way that we are considerate of your health and your family. Now, we do ask if you are at risk, if you have at-risk health issues, whatever that may be, or that you are part of our older community, that you would take your time in coming back into services. We want to make sure that you are safe and you are healthy. Make sure continue to be a part of our online community. That way that we can continue the mission that God has called us to do and not do anything that's going to hinder that mission. So I know this was a long video. It's a lot of information. The graphic will be available to you. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to the church, to myself, to our staff, to our church council as we process this together. But love being with you, love being able to walk through the season with you. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Make sure you are part of a Connect group to stay connected. Be a part of our Facebook page. Join all of our social media stuff. Continue watching, sharing, inviting, subscribing. All those things that help keep us connected. Continue to be praying. And if you serve on one of our serve teams, you will be contacted as we need to train our welcome team. We need to train our tech teams. We need to train our various teams on these new procedures. So we love you. Cannot wait to regather with you. And we will see you very soon.